Hello, am I audible, Srividya? We are auditing part. Yesterday we study IT for business, and today we are going to take auditing. So, were you there in our first lecture when I discussed a bit about the international auditing? Did you attended my first lecture on last Sunday? You haven't. Okay, no worries. So yes, in this semester you are going to study international auditing. Let me just show you the syllabus. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is the syllabus you are going to have in your international auditing subject. First chapter will be audit reports. Okay, firstly, you must be aware what audit is. Okay, audit means nothing but to check and to go through all the financials of the company so that you can get a true and fair value of your financial statements as well as the financial position of your business. So, audit reports, what audit reports are, what are the legal provisions on audit reports. Now, legal provisions here we will study what are the legal provisions for international auditing rather than for Indian auditing. Okay, next is what are the basic elements and what are the key audit matters, types of audit reports, and features of audit reports. Your next unit will be audit review, special topics in international auditing, and case studies and group projects. I'll be giving you certain case studies and projects which you to complete it in the given time. Okay, so this is what we are going to study. Today we are going to cover this two topics. What is audit? What are audit reports? What are the basic elements of audit and what are key audit matters. So, firstly, if we are talking about audit, it is nothing but a process of going through your financial statements just to check the true and fair value of your organization's financial positions, true and fair value of your financial statements of your organization. When audit report is nothing but a formal document that is prepared by individual or independent auditor after examining and evaluating an organization's financial records, statements, and internal controls. So it serves as an official opinion whether the financial statements which are provided to the auditor by the organizations are they showing a true and fair view of the organization, be it in terms of their assets, be it in terms of their liability, if they are showing proper, like what is the profit they are showing, what is the loss they are showing, whatever it is showing in their statements, is it showing the true and fair view of that organization's financial positions, their performance and cash flows in accordance with the applicable accounting standards, laws and regulations. So audit is nothing but to see whether all the activities are done as per the accounting standards, as per the auditing standards or not, as per the laws and as per the regulations or not, right? So if I talk about definition, certain definitions are given. According to American Accounting Association, audit report is a written opinion of an independent audit, whatever the auditor is having the opinion after going through your financial statement. Audit report is a written opinion of an independent auditor regarding the financial statements of an organization, providing assurance on the reliability and compliance with the accounting standards. It provides assurance, it provides the reliability. Why? If an auditor has audited your financial statements, then it is very clear that whatever the financial statements are, they are true, they are showing the fair value, they are reliable because it is as per the accounting standards of that specific country only. So the audit report means it ensures this trust and it ensures the reliability of your financial statements. According to ICAI, audit report is a document that communicates the auditor's findings and opinions. Whatever the auditor has find it in your financial statements and after going through your financials, audit reports is a document that communicates, that shows the auditor's findings and opinions after examining the financial records, ensuring that they are free from the material misstatements and fraud. Okay, it ensures that if you have made all the financials as per the accounting and auditing standards, and if it is audited by the auditor, it ensures that it is not a fraudulent statements or it is not any misstatements, and they are trustable and they are reliable. We can rely on that. Next is an audit report according to International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board IASB. This is what you are going to study in your curriculum, in your syllabus, because in international auditing, the standards which are given by IASB is something you will study. An audit report is a professional opinion expressed by an auditor about the financial information of an organization, right? Whatever the financial information of an organization is, audit report, it shows all the information which is expressed by an auditor, focusing on whether it is prepared in accordance with the relevant accounting frameworks or not, whether it is prepared as per the relevant auditing standards or not. This is what it will ensures, it will check, it will evaluate your financial statements, and after this, after the auditing process, your financial statements will be reliable for anyone, it is trustable. Okay, what are the key features of audit report? Key features, the very first and foremost feature of audit report is that it shows the clarity. Clarity, why? Because yes, whenever the auditor is auditing the reports, auditing your financial statements, you have to go through all the accounting and auditing standards. So after that, your financial statements will show the clear, concise financials, and it will be easy to understand by everyone. Second is independence. It is prepared by an independent and unbiased author. The author should be unbiased, the author should be independent. There should not be anyone else interference whenever the auditor is performing his duties. So yes, second feature of auditing report is that it is prepared by an independent and unbiased auditor. So yes, it shows the independence. Third is it shows the compliance, that all the financials, it should be as per the relevant accounting standards, it should be as per the relevant auditing standards. Okay, example, ISA. For the international auditing, ISA standards are only being considered. Next is transparency. Okay, your financial statements, it should be as per the auditing standards. Whatever the fraud or misstatements are there, it will be checked by the auditor. So after that, it shows the transparency, it reflects the openness and integrity in the financial reporting. Next is reliability. People will rely, people means I can consider your shareholders, your every, it's all the stakeholders, I can say shareholders, debenture holders, even your consumers, everyone will rely on the financial information of your company once it is audited by the auditor, because it ensures that whatever the financials you're preparing, it is as per the auditing standards and it is trustable and reliable. So it shows the reliability. It enhances the creditability. Because of reliability, your creditability of your organizations will increase automatically. Next is accountability. Whatever the work an organization is doing, it shows that audit shows that the management, they are accountable for their financial practices. Whatever, if anything happens in future, the management is the only one who is accountable for that, so it holds the management accountable for financial practices. And last is legal standing. Auditors report Audit report, wherever you go, it will be considered as a legal documents in courts and in regulatory bodies. So yes, the another important feature of report is that it shows the legal standing. I hope you are getting it. Hello. Oh, my screen is. Oh, I just saw. I'd actually tried sharing it. I don't know what happened. You haven't tell me. Just a minute. Is my screen visible now? Okay, let me just show you the syllabus again. I was explaining, but I don't know what happened. Yes, are you able to see the syllabus now? Okay. So currently we are studying the first unit of international auditing, that is audit reports. Okay, we are studying what audit. I was audible clearly, right? Okay, yes. So what are the audit reports is what we are currently studying. Just a minute. Okay. Here, this is the definition that will be generally considered in your international auditing subject. Okay, because this definition is given by International Auditing and Assurance Standards Boards, IASB. So this is what you'll be considering. Okay, an audit report, a professional opinion expressed by an auditor about the financial information of an organization, focusing on whether it is prepared in the accordance with the relevant accounting frameworks or not. Okay, we had discussed about the key features. Please go through it once and let me know if you have any doubts in this. Okay, key features of audit reports: independence. It shows clarity, it shows compliance, it shows transparency, reliability, accountability, and legal standing. Okay, so do you have any doubt till now? You haven't. Okay. Next is purpose of audit report. Okay, what is the purpose of audit report? Why do we prepare? Why do we make audit report? Can you answer this? Hello. Sorry, you're not audible properly. Yes, now you are. Yes. No, yes, yes. Now you're audible. There's some disturbance going around in the background. Are you using earphones? Okay, no worries. Yeah, you can answer. You're audible. Okay. Yes. The major purpose of preparing the audit report is this only. We are doing auditing just to assure the transparency of our financial statements. Okay. Whether our financial statements are being made properly or not, as per the auditing standards or not, whether we are having any, mispractices going around in our financial statements or not. These are the only reasons for which we are auditing. Okay, so audit reports, the first purpose is that it ensures the accuracy of financial statements, right? It verifies the financial statements if they are free from any material misstatements, from any error or fraud. Auditor will see and will go through that. For example, an auditor identifies the overstated revenues in the income statement and flags them in the audit report. You are having a financial statement, and if auditor finds that okay, the income statement in that the revenues are overstated, okay, he has shown more revenues, then they will flag it in the audit report that yes, this is where we are finding the problems, that audit reports are not, sorry, income statements are not proper. Okay, next is to build the stakeholders' confidence. If the auditor is auditing your organization, and if you are establishing or publishing your audit report with the stakeholders, it will increase their confidence in your company. Why? Because they will feel that yes, this organization is good financially, this organization is financially sound, they are not having any kind of issues, so yes, we can invest in this company. So like this, it trust it, it ensures the trust in the investors, in creditors as well, and in other stakeholders regarding the organization's financial health. The organized shareholders of the listed company rely on the audit reports to make the investment decisions. Okay, I am an XYZ person, and if I want to invest in one company, how will I able to get it that if this company is really good or not? I will go through the financial statement. Yes, that is true. But now I also will check if the financial statement is showing the true and fair value of the financial position of the company or not. And for that, I will need audit reports. So the audit report is something that will help the investors, that will help the shareholders to take the investment decisions. And from this audit reports only, it will build the trust, and it will build the confidence of investors and shareholders. Third is it ensures the compliance with the regulations. It ensures that your financial statements are being compiled as per the legal requirements and as per the legal compilations. Verify to accounting standards, legal requirements, and corporate governance norms. Very simple that in India, according to the Companies Act 2003, only specific requirements for auditing reports are made. Okay, in international accounting, the reports will be made as per ISA, according to IASB. So this is nothing but it ensures that you are compiling with the legal regulations and legal requirements of the country. Next is it assist in the decision making. Why? Because the financial statements, whatever the auditor is auditing, they will show the true and fair value of your financials. It will show the financial position of your company. It will show that where all you need to do more investment, where all you need to make certain changes. So this audit report, it will help the shareholders to take the financial decisions, to take the investment decisions. It will provide the reliable financial data for the stakeholders to make informed business and investment decisions. Example, the bank analyze audited reports before approving the business loans, right? Bank will analyze the audited reports. If I'm an organization, if I want loan, if I'll go to the bank, are they going to trust me easily? No, because obviously they will also see the risk that what if we are giving this organization a loan and they'll unable to repay that. So for that, along with the financial statements and along with the bank statements, the banks will analyze the audit reports also of that particular organization. So it will ensures the trust, and it will build the confidence of that bank as well, that okay, we can provide the loan and we can approve the loan, this company will repay us as per the given time. So yes, it will help in the decision making process. Next is to detect and prevent fraud. If any fraudulent activities are going around, or if there are any financial irregularities going around in your organization, or if it is shown in your financial statements, it can be evaluated by your auditor while doing the audit process, and through this you will be able to identify all the irregularities and fraudulent activities. Example, the Satyam scandal. I think you guys must have heard about Satyam scandal. It revealed the fraudulent financial reporting practices, right? The next is accountability of management. The management, they are only hold accountable for all the financial decisions and actions. So while auditing, even after the auditing, if certain things comes, or if fraudulent activities or if any irregularities come, the management will only hold accountable for this. So yes, it holds the management accountable for the financial decisions and actions. Example, the audit report highlights the mismanagement in inventory valuation, right? Next is it supports the regulatory oversight. All like regulatory bodies like SEBI, RBI, in ensuring compliance and in corporate governance. Example, SEBI uses audit reports to monitor the compliance of listed companies. If a company wants to get listed in stock market, SEBI will use the audit reports only to monitor the compliance of listed companies. And next, that it provides the regulation, it provides the recommendations. After doing audit, auditor will always gives the suggestion, it will, the auditor will always gives the recommendations on the areas of improvements also, that okay, these all places we need improvements, for example in internal control, in financial practices, in governance structures, even in the management decisions also, right? In example, an auditor recommends enhanced segregation of financial duties to reduce the fraud risk. This is the command suggestion that an auditor is given. So yes, it will provide the recommendations by the auditor that in which way you will be able to manage your financials, and you'll be able to do the management of financial statements. So this is it about the importance of audit report, or what are the key purpose of audit report, why we are doing the audit, what is the key purpose of that. Next is the importance of audit report. What is the importance of audit report? So yes, for different stakeholders the importance is different. If we talk about auditors, the audit report is important because for investors it helps to assess the financial performance, stability and risk before the investment. Wherever I am investing, being an investor, it is very important for me to know the financial performance of the company, because it can't happen that I'm investing somewhere and after a few months I'll get to know that okay, this company is not performing well financially, this company is not even financial stable, and I've invested lakhs of amount in it. No. So for that, before investing only for investors, it will help them in accessing the financial performance, for seeing the stability and the risk before investments. So yes, investors analyze the auditing reports before buying the shares of any particular companies, before buying shares of any particular organizations. Next is creditors. It assures the creditors about organization's ability to repay the loans. If organization has taken loans from any XYZ companies or any other creditors or even banks, the audit report will ensure that okay, the company is financially good, our company is performing financially well, the company is performing and it is financially sound. So yes, they will be repaying our loans. What if a company's audit report shows that company is not doing financially well and the financial performance is okay, it is not that good? If audit report is showing that, then it will create, tension, it will create a stress for the creditors as well as for the investors. Investors will also not invest in such company who is not that financially good. Even creditors will get the stress, and they will also try to get their money back as soon as possible. So yes, if audit report is good, if audit report shows that everything is going well in organization, it assures the creditors about the organization's ability to repay the loans. Okay, for example, bank reviews the audit reports before approving the loans. Next is management. Auditor, they will give suggestions, they will give recommendations that in which all areas the organization needs to make certain changes. So after that, the management, it will identify the internal control weaknesses, and it offers the recommendation, whatever the weaknesses, internal control weaknesses they are having, auditor will highlight that, and so it will offer the recommendations. According to that recommendations and suggestions, an organization will take certain decisions. So yes, with that, it will help the management in taking certain decision and in framing certain policies and make changes in the management process. Right? Management improves financial reporting based on the auditor suggestion. Next is government and regulators. So yes, the audit report, it ensures that the compliance is as per the legal requirements, as per the regulatory standards, as per the auditing standards of the company. So with that, along with that, the audit report, it will ensure that yes, your reports are as per the legal requirements. SEBI relies on the audit reports only for corporate compliance check. Why? Because it shows that yes, all the financials are as per the audit requirements or regulatory requirements. Next is shareholders. For shareholders, the audit report shows the transparency and accountability of management. It shows that your financials are as per the legal requirements. It shows that there are no fraudulent activities going around in your organization, no misstatements are there. So yes, it ensures the transparency and it ensures that accountability of the management. Example, shareholders evaluate the dividend distribution decisions. if a management is taking decision that yes, we are having xyz amount of profit this year, so accordingly we are going to give xy amount of dividend to the shareholders. How the shareholders will rely on the management? With the help of audit report, they will get the idea that yes, management is not lying, the organization is not lying, they are getting this much amount of returns, so accordingly they are giving us the dividend. So yes, for shareholders it will ensure the transparency. Next is for public. Okay, for public, for any company, for the trust will be built only and only on the basis of the audit report, because audit report will show that company is going really well. So yes, it will build the trust in publicly listed companies. We all know that there are certain companies like TCS, like Infosys, like Reliance. All these companies are really good. People are really, if they are getting an opportunity working in such companies, they will never deny. Why? Because it builds the trust of, it has already built the trust in public, among the public, that yes, if you're going in such companies, your future is secure. So public companies like TCS, why? Because they do publish the annual audit reports, which is accessible to all the general public, which they can see, and public can decide that what is the financial position of that particular company. So yes, this is how you'll be able to help different stakeholders with your audit reports, and this is the reason the audit reports are important for certain stakeholders. Now, contribution to corporate governance. Why this audit reports are important for corporate governance? Because it enhances the corporate transparency and accountability. It promotes the ethical financial practices. Ethical financial practices. Why? Because all the financials are compiled by the legal requirements and as per the auditing and accounting standards. So obviously it is going to be having the ethical financial practices within the organization, and it acts as a deterrent against the financial fraud and mismanagement. If there are any financial fraud or any fraudulent activities or any mismanagement is going on, the auditor will be giving it a highlight, and auditor will mention it in their audit report. So yes, it will remove all the mismanagement or the fraudulent activities, and it will ensure the trust of the public. And why the financial report, audit report, is important for financial markets? Because it boosts the confidence in the stock market. If a company is financially good, if a company is performing well and financially sound, then people, the investors, it will increase their confidence to invest in that particular company. So it will boost the confidence in stock market. It encourages the foreign investment, okay, in the local companies. By going to the financial of the company as well as the audit reports of the company, foreign investment will attract to the local companies, and it will encourage them to invest here. And next, it is ensures the financial stability and economic growth. See, the main reason of audit is only that it shows a true and fair view of financial position and financial stability of the company. So by audit report, it is obviously going to ensure that company is growing. It shows the financial stability, right? You can see Tata Steel's annual audit report is, it demonstrates the strong financial governance and compliance, attracting the investors confidence. There was one scandal, Enron scandal. It highlights the devastating effects of unreliable audit reports on investors trust and financial market. So this is how the financial, for sorry, the audit report works. Satyam computers, okay, I have already discussed about Satyam scandal. Even Kingfisher Airlines, it has bring into the notice that the audit reports were flagged, the audit reports were not good. There were the fraudulent audit practices going around in the Satyam computers and Kingfisher Airlines, which eventually result in the failure of that particular company, failure of that particular organization, right? So yes, audit document or report, it is really, it's just not the document, but it actually shows the financial transparency. It shows the stability, it shows the financial position, financial performance of the company, which actually many people, all the stakeholders rely on that, right? See, audit report, It's not just a document, but it is a cornerstone of financial transparency for government, corporate governance, shareholders' trust. Accuracy it shows the independence, it shows compliance with the standards are vital for ensuring the financial integrity and economic stability. So yes, from this we saw that audit reports it enhances the trust and accountability. There are the essential tools for the stakeholders, for regulators and management, and the consequences of misleading or fraudulent reports can be catastrophic as seen in the corporate standards. Okay. Is it clear till now? Do you have any doubt? Clear? Okay. Are you making any notes while while our lecture? Sorry. Not right now. Okay. I will be helping you out with the notes as well as the MCQs. I'll try to help you out by in few days only. Okay, and if I'm sharing you the MCQs as in question bank, from that question bank only the questions will be asked for my subject. Okay. I was supposed to take lecture of 2 hours today, but I think that we will complete it in just 1 hour only because it's just one student today joined. So I think we will complete it in 1 hour. I'll not take 2 hours of lecture today. Okay. Yes. Next topic is legal provisions on audit reports. Now, when we are talking about the international auditing, then only one thing comes into picture, that is international standards on auditing, that is ISA. ISA, they are a set of globally recognized auditing standards which are developed by IASB, that is International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board. Just like India, here Indian accounting standards are used for Indian accounting standard boards have established the Indian accounting standards. Similarly, if you're going internationally, then for that ISA are generally being recognized as the auditing standards. Okay, so yes, the International Standards on Auditing ISAs are a set of globally recognized auditing standards developed by the International Auditing and Assurance Standard Boards IASB under International Federation of Accountants. Okay, this standards just like our Indian accounting standards, what this standards are showing, they ensures the transparency of financial statements, they ensures the accuracy, they ensures the reliability, that after this auditing of the financial statement as per this standards, as per the ISA, International Standards on Auditing. Okay, it ensures that the financial statements are accurate, the financial statements are transparent, and one can rely on the financial reports and on the audit reports of that particular organization. So according to IASB, okay, auditing are professional standards. What are they? They are the professional standards for the performance of financial audit of financial information, of whatever financial information you are getting. This standards, they are nothing but a performance of the financial audit. This standards ensures that the auditors performs the duty with competence, consistency and objective across the globe. Across the globe, the auditors should perform the auditing duty considering this standards as a this as a standard, that okay, all the things should be go according to the auditing standards given by IASB only. Okay, what is the purpose of ISA? So first is that it ensures the consistency across borders. Okay, there are multiple companies. If, for example, there are multinational companies who are into the business of trade or manufacturing or anything. Okay, they are into global trade. So now there must be certain standards which a company has to follow. If a person is doing trade globally, Indian accounting standards, they are not going to be considered in US or in UK. For this, ISS will be considered as they are established to ensure the uniform standards, the high quality standards which are globally accepted for conducting the audits. So, globally, wherever there is the audit process, these are the only standards that will be considered for the audit process. So it ensures the consistency across the borders. So whenever ISA, they provide generally common framework for the audit practices, right? So the standards, they are uniform, they shows the high quality, and it ensures the consistency and comparability. And wherever the audit is taking place, even though it is of different countries, even though it is of different industries, but it ensures the standards, the reports are consistent and it can be compared with one another. And comparability is only be possible only and only if the audit reports are made as per the similar and uniform standards, which are none other than ISA. They standardize the language, they standardize the format and content of the audit reports worldwide. Second is enhancing the audit quality. ISA they provides the guidance on professional audit conduct, on ethics, and on technical competence to ensure the high quality engagements. Okay, the auditors are required to maintain the professional skepticism and objectivity throughout the audit process. So throughout the audit process, the auditors have to maintain the professionalism, they have to maintain certain ethics, they have to maintain certain technical competence through which the quality of the audit report will be really high. Okay, next is it strengthens the stakeholders' confidence. It will strengthen the stakeholders' confidence globally. Right, IS it ensures all the stakeholders like investors, creditors, regulatory bodies who all are included or involved in any organization and business, they rely on the audit opinion only because it shows the true and fair financial position of the organization. It shows the financial statements that if they are being done as per the accounting and auditing standards or not. So yes, people, all the stakeholders, they are going to rely on this. If the audit reports it's showing that yes, company is performing well, then it is going to strengthen the stakeholders confidence. They will not be in doubt if they should invest in that particular company or not. They are not gonna be in the stress or dilemma that okay, if we are going to get the returns on our loans or not. No. Why? Because through financial audit reports, they will get the idea that yes, they are transparent, we can rely on this company. So transparent and standardized reporting, it enhances the stakeholders trust in audited financial data. Next is it will be helpful in addressing the risks in the audit. Okay, ISA it emphasizes the risk-based audit approaches, enabling the auditors to focus on the areas prone to material misstatements or fraud. Okay, whatever the fraudulent activities are going on or whatever the misstatements are going on, ISA it emphasizes risk-based audit approaches. So it ensures that whatever the mistreatments are going on, we have to make it right. So they provide the framework for identifying such fraudulent activities, such misstatements, for accessing that, for evaluating them, and for mitigating and for removing the risk during the audit process. And whatever the risks are there, it will remove during the audit process. Next is compliance with the ethical and professional standards. That ISA it generally integrate the legal requirement, including independence, confidentiality, integrity, and professional behavior. See, we had this is the reason that we just discussed what is the key purpose, okay, of audit. The key purpose and what are the key characteristics, this only that it shows the independence, it shows the confidentiality, it shows the integrity. Now if audit is done here in India or if it is done internationally, the characteristics of audit report is not going to change. Okay, so ISA also it integrates the ethical requirements, it integrates that the audit reports it shows the confidentiality, it increases the integrity of the organization, it maintains the professional behavior, and it maintains the ethical requirements of the organization. Right, so auditors are required to comply with the international code of ethics. We are doing the trade, we are doing the business internationally, so the auditors are required to comply with the international codes of ethics. And the next is it supports the global financial stability. The uniform auditing standards are there, uniform practices are there, all the countries are going to do the audit as per uniform accounting standards, uniform auditing standards. So it fosters the financial stability and it increases the investors confidence also in the global financial market. They also reduce the risk of financial scandals. Why? Because it complies with the ethical and professional standards. Okay, it shows that all the work is done as per the auditing standards or not. It reduces the risk by addressing them, and it reduces and it removes the fraudulent and mistreatments, okay, fraudulent activities and mistreatments. So because of this, it reduces the risk of financial scandals that is caused by inconsistent audit practices. Right, here example is also given that if a multinational company operates in five different countries, auditors in all the locations can follow ISS. Why? Because these are the uniformly acceptable auditing standards. So auditors who are sitting in different five different countries, all of them can use it ISA as a standards, as an auditing standards, to ensure that the uniformity in the auditing practices is maintained. And after that, the financial statements and financial reports of the all five countries, of all the five, companies branches, they can be comparable easily. They can be compared easily. Okay, is it clear till now? It is. Okay. Next is, what is the scope of ISA? Okay, ISA generally defines that where, when, and how the standards are applied in audit engagements. The first is global acceptability. First scope is that it is acceptable globally over 130 countries, and they are applicable for audit of financial statements in all the entities, including public, private, government, and non-profit organizations. Okay, even the companies of different industries, they can use it. It is not necessary that it is applied to all this one particular industry only. It is acceptable, like it is recognized globally. It has been adopted by almost all the countries, over 130 countries, and for all, for public, private, government, NGOs, for everyone they are applicable. Next is comprehensive audit process. There is an all the stage of audit process are there. Okay, that first stage is that for planning stage, wherein you will develop the audit strategy. You will assess the risk, that if there are any risk in the financial statements, you will assess and you will see the materiality determination. After that, you will execute all the audit procedures. You will execute all the auditing standards. You will collect the evidence. You will perform the substantive test if the tests are required. After that, after collecting all the evidence, after collecting all the informations, you will evaluate that evidence. You will see that if everything is as per the auditing standards or not. You will see if there are any fraudulent activities going around or not, or if there are any misstatements in the your financial records or not. All the things will be checked by the auditor, and all the financial disclosures will be evaluated by the auditor. And at last, after doing the audit process, the auditor will uh, you know issue the audit opinions. They will give certain recommendations, they will give certain suggestions if requires, and they issue the audit reports in compliance with the ISA guidelines. So yes, there is a comprehensive audit report which a auditor will follow as per the ISA guidelines. Next is, it is applicable to different entities also. Okay, in different areas is true that yes, for public, for private, for NGOs, for government, for everyone it will be used just like that. So it will be applied to the audit of all the entities, like various size and for various complexities. Okay, it will see the large corporations, even the small businesses, even the NGOs of all the various size. ISAs are applicable, so they are flexible enough to adapt to the specific audit needs. All the specific audit needs, they're flexible to adapt that. Next is cross disciplinary nature. Cross disciplinary nature, as in they are not relevant only to the auditors, but regulators also, standard setters also, and professional accounting bodies also. Right? They serve the reference point for the auditors in case of any legal disputes or investigation. There are certain case studies available for in ISS. It works as a reference point for auditors. If they need any guidelines, if they need any help, they work as a reference point. Next is risk assessment and fraud detection. Now, IS emphasize the identification of material misstatements and fraudulent activities. Okay, it will see by going through all the auditing standards and by going through all the financial statements, auditors will be easily able to identify if there are any fraudulent activities going around or not, if there are any material misstatements in the financial statements or not. So this ISA emphasize on all these things only. So after all the auditing procedure, the auditors will be able to detect the frauds, will be able to detect the risk, and on the basis of that they will perform the risk based audit and focused on the critical areas. And after focusing on the critical areas, they will recommend or suggest that what all kind of changes we need, or we our organization required to do. And last is that integration with the local regulations. The ISA, they provide the global framework. It is accepted globally and uniform standards for all the countries, but they are often adopted alongside the local auditing regulations. Okay, there are the companies who are adopting the local regulations, along with ISCs. So yes, in case of conflicts, the auditors must address them in the audit report. If there are any conflicts, the auditor have to address in the report that which all auditing standards they are considering along with the local regulations. Right? Example, during the audit of government entity, ISA 240 guides auditor in identifying the fraudulent risk, while ISA 30 and 300 ensures the proper planning of the audit engagements. So there are certain ISS which auditor will consider while auditing any organization as per the requirements. Correct? You have any doubt regarding this? Okay. So see, today we studied what exactly audit reports are. Just a minute. Just a minute. Today we studied the meaning of audit reports. Okay, what are audit reports? Definition of audit reports. After that, we studied the key features, purpose of audit reports. Okay, what are the key purpose and what is the importance of audit reports? As per the different stakeholders, the importance is different. Okay, then legal provisions, ISA, which we are considering in international accounting standards. What is the purpose of ISA? Okay, and what is the scope of ISA in the global markets? Correct. This is how we study. Just a minute. I think let us just keep till now only today because it's already been an hour. Yes, let us just skip. That's it for today. Let's skip this till now only. We will continue the rest of the things in next lecture. Okay, you also please try to make notes if possible during our online lectures. So if you are having any doubts, we can clear it at this moment only. So during your exams, you won't be finding it that difficult to prepare. Correct? Okay. No worries. By our next lecture, I think I will be sharing you all the materials so you can have the access of it. Okay. Yeah. No problem. Any other doubts or questions you have? Okay. No problem. Also, Srividya, do you have any friends or you know someone from Silverbrook University who is in this MCOM semester 3? Okay, no worries. No, then I thought you should ask your friends also to join if it is possible. No worries. Let's just continue in next lecture, okay? Take care. Bye.